Alright, clap it up.
Everything looks straight.
Count of the count. Shalom Israel with Isupk, start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yana. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group or organization, and what we do is teach the truth according to the Bible. And tonight is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. First off, give the Lord a hand. We just had the Lord's 53rd annual Passover, and right after that, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which currently we're observing the Feast of Unleavened Bread now. You understand? So for 7 days, brothers and sisters, you got to get the leaven. First off, you have to get any leavening in your house. You understand? Anything with yeast, baking soda, baking powder. I forget the scientific name for it, but leavening, anything bread, all that has to be out of your house and out of your presence where you dwell. You understand? And you don't eat it for 7 days, and you eat unleavened bread for 7 days. And that's how you keep the Lord's high holy day keep the commandments. You understand? So we're currently observing that. And with today being the Brotherhood class, I just want to once again get a Lord a hand, for the Passover, because it was nothing but brother and sisterhood, man. Everywhere you looked and everywhere we went, everywhere Israel was in Cocoa Beach, Florida, man, it was nothing but brotherhood.
That's right.
You understand? And sisterhood.
That's right.
And Salaki, if I may, can I get the Psalms 133rd chapter?
Come on.
Because the Lord told us how pleasant and how good it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. You understand? So that's how we're supposed to come together for each and every high holy day. You understand? And it doesn't even have to be a holy day for us to come together.
That's right.
You understand? Israel needs to come together all the time, because the Christian church has taught us how to be so separate and love our oppressor and do whatever our oppressor wants us to do. We follow our oppressor.
That's right.
So the only time Negroes and Hispanics and Native Indians know how to come together is when? On a birthday.
Right.
During Christmas, Thanksgiving. And hell, even on those holidays, even on them holidays, hell, they not even getting along.
That's right.
It's nothing pleasant.
That's right.
You have to sit across on Thanksgiving. You have to sit across the uncle who molested you.
That's right.
You understand? You get no justice for any crimes that were committed against your nation.
That's right.
You have to go to work and celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving, knowing your oppressor has slaughtered your what's the
American.
word? Yeah, the Native Americans. But the word I'm looking for is your forefathers and foremothers.
That's right.
You understand? With no justice. So we either have to pretend to enjoy these holidays, being a black, Hispanic, or Native Indians, or we're just suffering from Stockholm Syndrome, and we love our oppressors so much that we don't even give a damn what didn't happen to us or what they have done to us, thanks to the Christian church, man.
That's right.
And if you want to celebrate Thanksgiving and all these holidays and not come together with your nation, guess what? You don't have true brotherhood.
That's right.
And that's why the Isupk under Commanding General Yana is so important, because we're the only ones in the earth that have brotherhood. Just like this Passover, man.
Damn right.
There was no crime committed against no Israelite.
Right.
You understand? There was no gossiping and backbiting or hate. You understand? It was none of that, man. It was just... I don't even have a word. It was outstanding. It was glorious. It was beautiful. Man, I came to tears on the Passover, man.
That's right.
It made me cry how beautiful it was. And how could I forget Hebrew Academy? All the brothers that went through Hebrew Academy, who got their covers, who went through the trial for the blood of my brother. Man, I just want to clap it up for all the brothers, that went through Hebrew Academy and got their covers, man. They dedicated 8 months of their lives. You understand it? You understand it? Go through the fire and then finally go through trials to prove themselves that they are worthy to be worthy of being a new creature, worthy of being a new man. You understand? In your fake Israelite group and in the Christian church, they don't know what it is to be put through fire and survive. They don't survive the fire. You know what they do? They create more fake Israelite groups because they hate the truth, or they continue to teach lies like the Christian church, man. You understand? So, like, you got that preset, Adawan?
God. Psalm chapter 133, verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
So the scripture says, behold, how pleasant. You understand? You know what it is to be pleasant? You're not going to find it pleasant going to your family's 4th of July picnic.
Right.
It's going to get shot up.
That's right.
You understand? You're not going to find it pleasant celebrating Christmas. Those brats that you buy all those gifts for, they're not going to appreciate those gifts.
That's right.
Hell, they're going to lose them and forget about them the next day.
That's right.
Then you're going to be struggling. I don't know why they struggle to pay their rent, their bills, and their mortgages and everything else for some kids that are not appreciative because you haven't taught them the truth, man. That Santa Claus is not real.
Yeah, right.
That Jesus is a nigga from the tribe of Judah.
That's
you understand? Not a white boy. You understand that God is a nigga. He's the God of the niggas, Salakia.
That's right.
We don't teach our children the truth, man.
Yeah, right.
We teach them lies. And we expect them to be truthful to us.
That's right.
How the hell are you going to expect your children to be truthful to you when you teach them nothing but lies? So it's no difference. How do we expect to serve the Most High when black leaders in the Christian church have taught us nothing but lies?
That's right.
You won't find the truth, man, if you continue to, want to lie.
Yeah, right.
I mean, there's no other way to put it, man. So the scriptures say, man, it's pleasant for brethren to dwell together. Baba Kashah, can you read that again from the top?
God. Psalms chapter 133, verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
How good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. And you can only dwell together in unity with brotherhood, man.
That's right.
And sisterhood. Not backbiting, not gossiping, not being hateful.
That's right.
That's not. If you're doing any of those things, man, if you're a so-called black, Latino, or Native Indian, you're sinning against the Most High God.
That's right.
We're commanded to come together in unity and love one another, man.
Yeah, right.
You think Christ was out here? You think Christ came to die for the nation of Israel so we can continue to hate each other?
That's right.
He was the ultimate brother to blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, man. He laid down his life for his brethren, and he didn't have to. But he did because he loved us.
That's right.
And the Most High God loved us.
That's right.
So we can't honor our King Christ, Hamashiach, man, by going out and hating our neighbor and hating our brethren and not dwelling together in unity. And guess what else not unity and what's not brotherly? Having 10 and 15 different Passovers.
That's right.
The Lord said it's one Passover, man.
That's right.
And the only Passover is in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, man.
That's right.
You understand? That's not being brotherly and being in unity, man, because Commanding General Yohana has already given the decree that every Israelite group come to the Passover. That's an order.
That's right.
I know you think that you can create your own orders and you can be the leader in whatever fake Israelite group that you have, but that's not biblical. Do you know and do you understand, man, that it's only one body? It's only one nation.
That's right.
It's only one spirit.
That's right.
So how the hell are we coming up with all these different... I thought when I came into the truth, at least when I came into the truth, I thought, you understand it? Well, when I came into the ISCPK, I should say, that all the denominations was over, Adawan. In the Christian church, they have Baptists, they have Southern Baptists, they have Jehovah's Witness, they have Catholicism, they have all these different denominations. I thought coming into the truth, it was just being in the truth. Now you have all these denominations of the truth. And that's because those men that left the truth, they weren't true brothers, man.
Yeah, right now.
So, Salaki, I ain't mean to rant on about that. But we're going to get into a little Passover, man, and how Moses himself, man, was a brother to his nation.
That's right.
You understand? And that's why the Most High God chose Moses, because he understood that the nation of Israel was in suffering, man. He's seen his brothers and sisters suffering under the Egyptians. And contrary to popular belief, guess what? Egyptians are not your people.
That's right.
Hamites, Africans are not Israelites.
That's right.
These are two different nations. No one cares if the skins are, if we have the same color skin. You understand? Nobody tries to go be East Indian.
Right.
But so like, you got a few Negroes that try to go be everything.
Right.
You got I know a brother right now, he swears he's a monk. and he worships Buddha. But the scriptures also tell us that our people will go to the four corners of the earth, and also that our people, what's the scripture that I'm looking for? Our hearts are hardened, man.
God.
We have hard heads.
Right.
You understand? So, with that being said, Moses was the leader at that time to bring us up out of captivity in Egypt, man. Just like Commanding General Yohana now is the leader that's going to bring us up out of captivity when Christ returns, man.
That's right.
You understand? So we're going to go to, what's that? Exodus, the second chapter. You understand? And we're going to start at verse 11. So Genesis, I keep saying Genesis. Exodus chapter 2, verse 11. We're going to start with Moses, man. You understand? He started seeing things, and he started realizing that, man, my people are oppressed.
God.
You understand? My people are on the bottom. My people don't have anything. He knew that wasn't right.
God.
And Moses wasn't like your black leaders of today, your Dr. Martin Luther Kings, your Malcolm X's, your Al Sharptons, your T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollars. He cared about his people, man.
Yeah, right.
They don't care about us. Moses had everything.
God.
He was the exact opposite. He left everything, man.
Yeah, right.
To serve the Lord.
That's right.
He could have kept, understand? He could have kept, I'm pretty sure he could have kept whatever benefits the Pharaoh and the Egyptians was giving Moses, he could have kept having.
Right.
You understand? Just like Creflo Dollar. He could have, in that time they didn't have jets. But, he could have had jets. He could have the shoes. He could have the gold. He could have the women. He could have anything the Egyptians gave him. But he decided to serve his nation under the Most High God, man.
That's right.
So that's what a true leader is, man. A true leader serves the people like Commander General Yohana.
Yeah, right.
Respecting your nation, man, is looking back at your nation, man, making sure they're doing well. Not trying to figure out a way that you can take all the tithe money and buy a new suit, buy a new Rolls Royce, buy a jet, and tell lies and say that what? Satan wants you to keep the laws. He wants you to keep every law but them tithes.
Yeah, right.
Satan, he don't want you to pay. Satan don't want you to pay tithes. God does.
Right.
But every other law, Satan, he doesn't want you to. Satan wants you to keep those laws.
That's right.
Satan wants you to not commit adultery. Satan wants you to not get high. You see how silly that sounds? Because, believe it or not, man, if you're in that Christian church, your pastors and all those black leaders are guided by Satan.
That's right.
They're guided by Satan and also the oppressor, which is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man.
Yeah, right.
So, Salakia, if you got that out of wine, you can read that, Baba Kashar.
Con. Exodus chapter 2, verse 11. And it came to pass in those days, when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren, and looked on their burdens, and he spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew, one of his brethren.
So Moses went out this particular day. It said, and it came to pass when Moses was grown. You understand? He was grown. He was an adult man.
Right.
So he started noticing things. He started noticing, like, these Egyptians, man, they giving my people hell. So Moses was a brother, man. He had true brotherhood.
That's right.
Which is the topic of tonight's class, brotherhood, man.
That's right.
He had true brotherhood. Can you read that from the top, Baba Kashar, again?
Con, Exodus chapter 2, verse 11. And it came to pass in those days, when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren.
His brethren, man. If you're a so-called black, Latino, or Native Indian, these are your brethren.
That's right.
You understand? We're all of the same nation. The 12 tribes of Israel is your brethren.
That's right.
So anytime you see that in the scriptures, your brethren, your neighbor, your nation,
that's right.
These are the people that it's talking about. It's not talking about everybody in the world. You understand? Right. It's not talking about the Chinese, the Arabs, Salakia, the East Indians, the Moabites, the Ammonites. It's not talking about any other nation but yours.
That's right.
So the Christian church allows us to think, and they continue to teach, that anybody can be saved, that anybody is your brethren, man.
That's right.
And your brethren is simply those from your own nation.
Yeah, right.
You understand? Keep reading.
Brethren, and looked on their burdens.
He said he looked on their burdens, man. The burdens we have today are the same burdens we had in Egypt.
That's right.
You understand? They were, I can't say that, I know it was drugs, and they was getting us drunk. Mm-hmm. You understand? They was giving us beer. They was, what else was they doing? Everything that they were doing today.
Abortions.
Police
brutality. Child support. All the every curse that we
What's
suffer
it, subsidized living?
Yeah.
You understand?
Section 8 housing.
Section 8 housing.
All the curses that we suffer today, that's what we were suffering in Egypt.
Kind of the concept. So all those things that we were suffering back then, we're suffering today, and vice versa. Right. Just like the Ottawa said. So those were burdens, man. And guess what else was a burden? Us hating each other.
That's right.
Us not being brotherly, man.
That's right.
You understand? Leaving our women, sleeping with Egyptian women, choosing Egyptian men.
Right.
These same things were going on in Egypt, man. And Moses didn't like it. He knew that we were better than the Egyptians.
That's right.
We were better than the Africans. We're better than every nation because the Most High chose us, and He gave us His laws, man.
That's right.
And Moses understood this, and it was. I can only imagine. Imagine today, when brothers and sisters seen, what was the brother, George Floyd, when they seen that oppressor's knee on his neck, everybody felt that.
Done.
Everybody felt when Trayvon Martin got shot down. Everybody felt that brothers and sisters were burning down buildings and vandalizing shops and wherever oppressors were, because that's the same way Moses felt, man.
That's right.
So just so you can understand, that was happening in Egypt, man.
That's right.
So they seen, just imagine, like I said, that whole, was it 6 minutes? 8 minutes. That oppressor,
9 minutes.
That oppressor's knee was on George Floyd's neck, and he was sitting there suffering, crying to his mother, dying.
That's right.
That's what Moses seen, man. You understand? Keep reading.
God. Verse 11. And looked on their burdens, and he spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew, one of his brethren.
And he spied an Egyptian smiting a Hebrew. This Egyptian was beating the hell out of this Hebrew, man.
God.
Like I said, like George Floyd, like Emmett Till. I don't know if brothers and sisters seen those pictures of Emmett Till, but man, I can't even look at them.
Right.
It's hard for me to even, I don't even want to see it, man. Because every time I see that, it makes me angry. It makes me want to go, Salaya, I know the ISUPK, we're not going to go, we're not a crazy Israelite group, and we don't believe that, guns are going to save us, but I understand why brothers and sisters are mad and want a result to go fight.
Right.
As it should make you feel.
Right.
But we're not going to win the battle that way, man. Because a lot of brothers and sisters, they understand that they should be mad, but they don't obey the Most High God.
That's right.
The only way that we're going to come up out of this, man, and get back in true power is obeying the law, statutes, and commandments and coming back to your nationality.
That's right.
Black Panthers, it was monumental to watch for a time being, but it wasn't the truth.
That's right.
It didn't bring us together. Nothing came of it but a good story. Hell, they making motion pictures and movies and books and everything else. But guess what? It didn't bring us together as a nation.
So lucky.
It was a good story in history. It was monumental. But hell, even those brothers, they was sleeping with the oppressor.
Right.
Oh, a lot of those brothers in the Black Panthers, man, they married white women.
That's right.
How the hell does that work? You want to know how? You want to know what? It doesn't work.
That's right.
Because the Most High God is against that as well. Why the hell would you go sleep with an oppressor when you got sisters, you understand, that need protection from their nation? The oppressor and all these other nations, they have protection.
Right.
They have an identity. They have military. They have might. They have land that they can go back to. But we don't have that. So why would you go protect and sleep with a heathen, man? That's not of the Bible. You understand? The Most High God is against that. And any brother who's into that, man, you're sinning according to the Lord. And that's part of the reason. You understand? Along with several other sins and iniquities and transgressions against the Lord. The reason why we're at the bottom and not at the top.
That's right.
You understand? So we must understand, man. Coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God and being a brother and sister to your nation is the only way we're going to come out of this hellhole, man.
That's
out
right.
of this captivity and out of this slavery, man.
That's right.
That's the only way to do it.
Yeah, I'm right.
The hell, we going to try to bring the white man into the kingdom of heaven? We're going to try to bring the Chinese man into the kingdom of heaven? Holding hands like Dr. Martin Luther King? And guess what? Guess who killed Dr. Martin Luther King? You want to guess what nation of people killed Dr. Martin Luther King? The same nation he seen in his dream. He saw in his dream
Right.
of us holding hands and getting along.
That's right.
Was the same nation of people who killed them, man. And that's because the Most High God didn't tell the nation of Israel to come together and hold hands with any other nation beside our own, man. The 12 tribes. If it's not a so-called black, Latino, or Native Indian, forget about it, man. You understand?
That's right.
You can keep reading on that, Adawan Baba Kasha.
Verse 12. And he looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand.
So Moses, man, he was so much of a brother. Like I said, you can feel when that happened to George Floyd, when it happened to Mike Brown,
God.
Sandra Bland, you're supposed to be angry. You're supposed to be mad.
That's right.
You understand? That should influence you to want to, do something to your oppressor, man.
God.
And that's exactly what Moses did. You understand? Which was a crime.
That's
So
right.
we're not telling so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians to go kill a so-called white man, to go kill a Arab or a Chinese or Japanese man. No, that's not what we're supposed to do, man. You understand? So he killed this Egyptian because he seen the burdens on his people. Could you imagine Martin Luther King killing somebody for his nation? Could you imagine Jesse Jackson? Could you imagine T.D. Jakes or Creflo Dollar?
Right.
The Christian church does not teach us how to be warriors. Or they don't teach us how to come back to the Most High God, man. You know what the proof is? 9 innocent black people were shot in the church by an oppressor by the name of, what was his name? Dylan Storm Root.
John.
They let him in the church, man. And he killed 9 innocent black people. And did what? Went to jail. They bought him some damn, Burger King or McDonald's or something? They bought him some Burger King. And what did the church say? Well, we're just going to pray for Dylan Storm. And forgive him.
That's right.
Because that's, in their mind, that's what they think God would do. So if the Most High God was with the Christian church, why would he allow a devil to come in there and slaughter an entire 9 people, man? Because the Most High God is not inside their church, man.
That's right.
Dylan Storm Roof, that oppressor, is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And the scripture says, never trust thine enemies.
That's right.
But when you have poor black leadership, man, when you have the Christian church teaching you that we should hold hands with the enemy and love thy enemy no matter what, when it's talking about your brother, not these other nations,
Right.
we're going to continue to suffer
That's
and be
right.
put to death by the hands of our oppressor and all these other damn nations, man. Because they won't teach us the truth inside the Christian church. They won't teach us the truth inside the Muslim mosque.
That's right.
You go say, Assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam, and you go pray and 3 times, 5 times a day
God.
to an Arab god. Them Arabs don't give a damn about you, man. And man, as a matter of fact, I don't brag on prison stories, but I just remember being in prison, right? And a lot of those Arabs, man, they were only being brotherly because they felt like they had some type of protection
Right.
from niggas, man. Because, I mean, if you go mess with one of those Muslims inside the penitentiary, they'll be ready to go to war.
God.
But outside of that, they don't give a damn about you, man.
That's right.
They use Israel like they use us for any damn thing else.
That's right.
And they continue to build their nation.
So like God.
They continue to build their nation.
That's right.
You understand? I remember my cousin being buried. My cousin was a Muslim. And this is before I went to the truth, of course, but I went to his funeral. And I just was disgusted by the whole thing. I was so disgusted I couldn't even cry, Dewan. They wouldn't even let our family go inside the, what is it, the mosque? They wouldn't let us step foot in there, for one. They were rude. And you can just tell that, you know, they were doing a job. I mean, at least the Christians make you at least feel, when they bury your family, they at least make you feel, you know, that they care. Them Muslims, them Arabs, they didn't give a damn. They was like, hurry, they looking down at their watches, tapping their feet like, let's get the show on the road so we can get the hell up out of here. And you mean to tell me that that's the God that you want to serve?
Right.
When the God of the Bible don't give a damn about the Arabs, like that's the Arabs don't give a damn about you?
That's right.
Give a damn about us?
That's right.
So Moses, man, he had real brotherhood, and he killed the Egyptian and hit him in the sand because of the burdens that were on his people, man. I can only imagine if a Negro goes and kills an oppressor today out of wine. Lord forbid anybody kills an oppressor. But I can only imagine how much they're gonna talk bad about that brother if he did something like that. Oh man, he shouldn't have did that.
Right.
He had demons. He was a bad man. When hell, for one, you didn't teach him anything in the Christian church. You didn't teach him how to be a brother. You didn't teach him how to serve the Most High God.
Right.
And you're gonna blame him for what he does?
Right.
Nah, man. In the ISUPK, we get to the root of the problem.
That's
and the
right.
root of the problem is the black leadership in the Christian church, man. And your oppressor. Your oppressor has taught us to be docile and to love him more than we love the Most High God. And it's all that's being taught inside the Christian church, man.
That's right.
No brotherhood, no sisterhood, just a bunch of backbiting, lustful bastards, man. That's the only way that I can say. This just comes to my mind. Backbiting, lustful bastards inside the Christian church, man. They wasn't like Moses. They wasn't brothers. They didn't favor their brethren. They didn't favor their brothers or their sisters. If Dr. Martin Luther King was living in Egypt, that speech would have been saying what? That black boys and Egyptian boys can hold hands.
Right.
But Moses said, "The hell with that."
That's right.
I'm tired of that. I'm tired of seeing my people at the bottom being stepped on. The Lord called Moses and Moses went.
That's right.
Any more on that other one?
Con. Verse 13, and when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together. And he said to him that did the wrong, wherefore smitest thou thy fellow?
So this was Moses, man. He's seen the Egyptian, you understand, beating the hell out of his brother, and he went and killed the Egyptian behind it. So now he's seeing 2 brothers. You understand? What's this? What they call it? What the Edomites call it? This is black on black crime.
Con.
Which is just silly because, I mean, in any nation, anybody is, it's white on white crime, it's Arab on Arab crime.
Con.
I mean, hell, the Taliban was giving them damn Arabs hell over there.
Con.
But when we kill each other, it's, so much of a, they push the narrative that as if our crime is worse than theirs.
Right.
And then we have Christians and simple-minded Negroes believing that, man.
Con.
Which the Most High God told us not to do these type of things.
That's right.
He told us to come together and be brothers and sisters. We're not like the other nations, man. The Most High God chose us to be a special people, man.
Damn right.
So we're not supposed to. So all these acts that we're doing and all the black on black crime, we learn this from the oppressor. This is not our culture to hate each other and to kill each other.
Con.
This is our oppressor's culture. This is Christian culture. This is Christianity. That's Christianity, man. You understand? Where was you at, out of one?
On verse 13.
Can you read that again, Baba Kashaw?
And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together.
So 2 men of the Hebrews, because they weren't Israelites yet. You understand? But they all spoke the same language. They were both Hebrews. They were both brethren. You understand? Or was they Salakia?
They Israelites.
They was Israelites at this time, Salakia. So they were both Hebrews, both Israelites, 2 men, and they strove together, meaning they were fighting. Or what do they call it? A quarrel. They were catching a fade, as we call it today. You understand? So Moses told him, he didn't like that. He didn't like us fighting. You understand? Moses didn't sit back. What do brothers and sisters do today? If you see 2 people, you see 2 Israelites fighting today.
Videotape it.
Man, they pulling out. They not breaking anything up.
Right.
They're going to pull. And then they're going to say this. Salakia. World Star.
Right.
I don't know if World Star is still popping, but I just remember World Star making a lot of fights popular. And they would do this. Oh, World Star. Moses said, to hell with that, man. Y'all are brothers. Y'all are brothers. And then we wonder why brothers and sisters get killed.
Right.
You wonder why the birthday parties get shot up.
Right.
You wonder why the block gets shot up.
Right.
Because we instigate and we hate each other, man.
Yeah, right.
No one is going out telling brothers not to do that. You understand?
Yeah,
no one is going telling sisters, sis, man, go home. Why the hell y'all over here trying to jump on this other sister, man?
Right.
Go take care of your children. Go put on some damn clothes. You understand? Go home and cook some biscuits and serve your man and be a wife to your husband, man. The hell you out on the streets for fighting another woman?
That's right.
Look, because she looked at your man. You caught your man cheating. As they teach you in the Christian church, they teach sisters the man was cheating. Well, guess what? According to the Bible, the only way a man can cheat, I can't even call it cheating. It's only adultery if a man has sex with another man's wife.
That's right.
Other than that, guess what, sis? If your man slept with another woman and she doesn't have a wife, guess what? He's married to that woman too. So get over it.
That's right.
Stop flattening his tires. Stop scratching up the paint on his damn car.
Right.
Stop going through his phone. Stop trying to beat up that other sister.
Right.
Be a sister to that sister, man. Because that's what is our problem in the nation of Israel, man.
That's right.
Sisters don't love one another, just like brothers don't love one another.
That's right.
And Moses said, to hell with that, man. Guess what? What the hell are you two fighting for? You two are brothers, man. You don't understand that?
That's right.
That's how much love he had for his nation of people.
That's right.
And it takes a real brother to see that, man.
Yeah, right.
To not follow the majority of the masses of people who's doing the exact opposite.
That's right.
We were destroyed in Egypt like we were destroyed here in America, man.
That's right.
Moses, man, he did something so remarkable and outstanding at that time, just like Commander General Yohana, that the Lord chose him to lead the nation up out of Egypt, man.
That's right.
He didn't choose a brother like T.D. Jakes. If Moses was T.D. Jakes, guess what? We would have never left Egypt. If Moses was like Creflo Dollar, we would have never left Egypt. If Moses was in Egypt talking about we have to save the Egyptians and all the other nations, guess what? We would have never made it out of Egypt. So how the hell you think we're going to make it out of America, the land of our current oppression and slavery, if we're going to bring everybody else? If we have to love everybody else? If we have to accept everybody else? Nah, man. That's not the truth according to the Bible.
That's right.
The Most High God only chose the nation of Israel, Yasha Allah, man.
Yeah, right.
You understand? Any more on that other one?
And he said to them, Salakia, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together. And he said to him that did the wrong, wherefore smitest thou thy fellow?
He said, wherefore smitest thou thy fellow? Hey, man, that's your brother, man.
Right.
You gonna kill this brother? You gonna beat this brother to death for what? You understand? But our people being so destroyed and not understanding what the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana is trying to teach them, and them being Christians and oppressed for so long, they don't understand the message, man.
That's right.
And we can't blame them. That's why it's important for every man inside the ISUPK to take their oath serious, man.
Yeah, right.
You understand? We took an oath to serve our people, to serve the Most High God, and to raise up the nation. That's why you see in our videos, man, we are trained to do this, man.
That's right.
You can sit and watch these YouTube videos and think that you're going to go out here and raise up a nation with no training, no brotherhood, and just, being a parrot, sort of say. It's not going to work, man. And we're not going to stop you. We're going to let you do what you do. But just know that the men in ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana, we're the true priests and prophets of the Lord, man.
That's right.
Because we're the only one bringing you the truth for what it is. We're the only ones that's risking our lives to save our nation, man. Like Moses. Like what we're reading about.
That's right.
I mean, and that's just simply what it is. He said, wherefore smitest thou thy fellow? Moses wasn't with that, man. He hated seeing his brethren fight.
Right.
You understand? That's what we don't learn in the Christian church. What do we learn in the Christian church? It's okay. Even if they so-called forgive each other, which they'll never forgive each other inside their church.
Right.
What do they say? I'm going to forgive, but I never forget.
That's right.
Well, guess what? If you never forget, imagine if the Lord never forgot your sins.
Right.
Imagine if the Lord never forgot everything that you did. Where would you be? Where would we be if the Lord never forgave us for our iniquities, man, because of our King Christ and the sacrifices and the brotherhood that he displayed, man, as a leader? So if you forgive and never forget, that means you just simply haven't forgave. And you can never be a brother if you never forgive or forget what your brother has done to you. Because it's always going to be awkward. Imagine coming to the Passover and the brother has wronged you and you never forgot.
Right.
You're going to be hesitant to, you're going to be hesitant to greet him. You're going to be hesitant just to be around him. Or her, if it's a sister. Nah, man, the Lord said that you must forgive and forget, man. You got to let it go. You understand? We must let it go. But that's what we learn inside the Christian church, man. So you have a fight with a brother, you have a fight with a sister. You understand? If you have an issue with a brother, if you have an issue with a sister, guess what? You go to that person alone and you speak with that person, man.
Right.
I think it's man, Salaki. Salaki. You tell me, Officer Elisha, man, you offended me, man. You said something that I didn't like.
That's right.
And if I hear you, meaning, Salaki, Salaki, I don't want my bad. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. That means I heard you.
That's right.
And you won me. You gained a brother.
Right.
Because I heard you. I may not knew I was wrong. I may not knew I offended you.
That's right.
But you go to that person and he and thee alone, and if I hear you, Salaki, man, my bad. I don't want. I didn't mean to offend you, man. I love you, man. My bad, bro.
Right.
Then I heard you. But if I say, man, I don't see it like that.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Right.
I don't know. I think you burnt up.
Right.
Then we go to council. And the men above us are gonna, what do they say? Iron out the creases. Right now we're gonna get the leaven out this situation.
Right.
You understand? Well, ain't nobody gonna be puffed up in the ISUPK.
That's right.
You shouldn't be puffed up with your brother.
That's right.
You shouldn't allow anything to keep you from being a brother to your nation, man.
That's right.
To any brother or sister
That's
in this
right.
school, man. You understand? So yeah, that's what Moses was about.
That's right.
And he got the laws directly from the Lord. like I said, Satan, according to Creflo Dollar, Satan don't want you to keep the laws the Lord gave Moses.
That's right.
He wants you to just go out here and do what the hell you want to do.
That's right.
No, we can't afford that. We've been doing what the hell we want to do for far too long, and we see what that has gotten us as a nation. Nowhere. Death, our children being kidnapped, molested, our young men out here dying by gun violence, sisters having the most AIDS and STDs in the west coast of Africa.
Right.
Cancer, COVID, police brutality, identity crisis. Hell, we don't know who the hell we are.
Right.
I mean, and the list goes on, man. The list is going to continue to go on if we continue to disobey the Most High God, man.
That's right.
It's going to get longer. It's going to be more suffering. It's going to be more punishment. It's going to be more death. Who's that? The DJ that just recently died, DJ K. Slay, at 55 years old, from COVID. He's been battling COVID, for 4 months?
God.
And he died. And I only said that to say this: the Lord doesn't care about your status,
Right.
your wealth, or how much money you have, man. If you don't obey the Most High God, I mean, it's death.
That's
I don't
right.
really know any other way to put it.
That's right.
It's death. It's not spooky. It's not Halloween.
God.
It's just simply being obedient or disobedient to the law, statutes, and commandments that the Lord gives us, man.
That's right.
That's it. You understand? So, verse 14. Yeah, verse 14, Baba Kasha.
Verse 14. And he said, Who made thee a prince and a judge over us? Intendest thou to kill me, as thou killest the Egyptian? And Moses feared and said, Surely this thing is known.
So, I mean, just like a Negro, man, in the Christian church, he said, and when he went out, Salaki, and he said, Who made thee a prince and a judge over us?
Right.
What did Negroes in the Christian church say? In that song, Tupac, only God can judge me.
God.
That's basically what he's saying. How you gonna judge me?
God.
Nigga, you killed the Egyptian.
Right.
You can't tell us what to do.
Right.
You can't judge us. You can't be a prince over us. You can't lead us.
That's right.
Because our people hate correction.
That's right.
And they only want to look at your past. They want to, that's what we do as a nation, Adawan. When a brother tells you you're wrong, we go to his past. We deflect everything that he's trying to tell you because we want to sin.
That's right.
We want to sin. You see the Pharisees and the Sadducees when Christ never sinned.
Right.
Christ never sinned. So they had to try to figure out a way he sinned.
Right.
You understand? They had to try to make something up. Well, you said you was God in the flesh. I mean, what? Christ, I mean, this cat Yahushua, they couldn't find anything on Yahushua.
Right.
So they had to lie and conspire and just do garbage, man, to our King Christ. And here it is, Moses. Same thing with Moses, like he did smite an Egyptian.
God.
He did do that. So, I don't know if you can correct me, I don't want. This wasn't expedient for Moses to do.
Lie.
It wasn't expedient for Moses to do because he had to flee. And then in return, the Egyptians wanted to kill him for killing one of their brothers.
Well, it was unlawful. Killing murder is unlawful. So you can't murder anybody. So it was unlawful for him to do that. The same way it's unlawful for a brother to fight another brother, or a sister to fight or talk about another sister behind her back or gossip. It was the same thing as sin. And so it was a sin for Moses to do it. But here's the thing. If you wear purple robes with fringes on the end of your t-shirt, you would have been one of the cats ready to snitch on Moses.
That's perfect.
If you was ISUPK, you would have seen what Moses did and be like, I need to follow that brother right there. You wouldn't have said, well, let me call the authorities. Let me get the police on the line and the FBI and go and snitch on my own brother, knowing I've done wrong. That's what a purple man that likes other men would do.
Damn right.
A man that wears a purple robe and has fringes on his t-shirt that allowed their sister Joy Morgan to get murdered, they would do what that brother did and would have snitched on their own brother. They would have snitched on Moses. They would have told on Nat Turner. They would have told on Sojourner Truth. They would have told on Frederick Douglass. They would have snitched on everybody out.
Good night.
That's in the Bible.
Like
they would have snitched on everybody because they don't have brotherhood. They just know what to do, what's best for them. I got to clear my name, so let me go and get favor from my oppressor and snitch on my brother. Which is what the whole snitching thing is. Snitching, it's all about how to clear your name. It's all about how I can make myself look more noble in front of my oppressor. Because God doesn't honor that, the fact that you go and told on your own brother.
Right.
God sees you as just the same filthy sinner as Moses was. Moses sinned because he murdered the Egyptian. But the spirit was in the right place. The same with Nat Turner. The same with the brother who murdered that brother who was on top of the Moabite woman. There was a brother in the Bible who was having sex or about to have sex in a tent with a heathen woman, which is against our laws. He was going to marry her. He was going to have sex with her. And there was a brother, he came with a javelin and stuck it through both of them and murdered them. Now, was that a sin? Absolutely. But the Bible said that the brother's spirit was righteous because of the righteous indignation he had for sin against God. And that's what Moses had. Moses had righteous indignation. Right. Moses had something that was righteous to see a brother getting abused by the oppressor, getting murdered by the oppressor, getting raped by the oppressor, getting tortured by the oppressor, and stop it. Here's what a fake Israelite would have did when George Floyd happened. They would have did what everybody else did. They would have saw George Floyd have a knee on his neck by that cop, and they would have filmed too. They would have started praying for him like a Christian. They would have looked in awe like every other black and Hispanic that watched and witnessed George Floyd get murdered to death, put a knee on his neck and suffocated to death. The IUIC would have did the same thing. Every other patron that watched, they would have did the same thing. The GOCC would have did the same thing. The GMS, if they still around, they would have did the same thing. The Christians do the same thing. Only a man of God has enough courage to not watch that and to go and intervene. Only a man of God. Only somebody like Moses. Only somebody like the brother. What is the brother's name that stuck the javelin through? The brother's name was
that Hezekiah?
It's not Hezekiah. Hezekiah was a king over Israel. The brother's name was something, brother, but I cannot remember his name ever. But the brother stuck the javelin through the cat and the woman and murdered both of them. And the Lord honored him the same way the Lord honored Judas Maccabees. These are strong men of God who are no cowards. The thing is, Elisha, you can't be a coward when you serve the Lord. And the problem is, whenever you're outside of the ISUPK, you're a coward.
That's right.
That's why those people watched George Floyd get murdered. That's why people heard the screams of Trayvon Martin, and all they could do was call the cops. You couldn't intervene because you're scared to death of what's going to happen to you. Here's what you have to remember. In the ISUPK, because we are men of God, and we are trained by men of God, we know how to intervene. And we are not cowards, so we know that no matter what happens to us, our brothers and our sisters' life is safe. Who even gives a damn about my life? I don't care about my own life. I'm going to step in so your life could be saved, because in the Bible, that's brotherhood. To make sure that your brother lives, even if you die. To make sure your sister lives, even if it means your life. That's what Moses understood. But if you're some brother if you're a man that wears purple, that has fringes on your t-shirt, you would never understand the valor it took for Moses to be in the position of power he was in.
That's right.
And risk it all just so he could save his people. Imagine what Beyonce and Jay-Z could have done by now in America for blacks and Hispanics in America. Imagine what all of those Hispanic singers could have done with that brother that plays soccer. That's the richest soccer player. Imagine what he could have did for all the Issacharites in Northern Tribe. Imagine what all of these rappers, Jay-Z and Dr. Dre, with almost $1 billion worth of headphones, they have a position where they could save black people, but they're not ready to risk their status in life and their money. But Moses was. Moses was the viceroy over all of Egypt, Doc. He was second in command under Pharaoh. And he risked that just to save one Hebrew, one Israelite. Now you have millions of brothers and sisters that are in desperate need of your help, but you won't do it because you would just rather snitch on your own brothers or your sisters. You would rather say, I'm snitching. If you were committing a crime, I'm snitching. I'm going to tell. We can use that $2,000. We can use that $2,000 over here. We can use that money. I'm snitching on you. Why? Because you hate your brother.
That's right.
You hate your brother. Moses didn't give a damn about his status and the money and the gold and the women. He cared about the life of his people.
That's right.
And that's all it takes for you to love your people, is to actually care. But when you are raised in the church, you don't care about your people. You care about $2,000 over the life of an Israelite. You care about what people are going to think about you over saving the life of your brother. Moses didn't give a damn about any of that, because Moses had real brotherhood. Christ had real brotherhood. Christ could have not went and got murdered, but he did because he loved his people. Paul and all of those righteous men in the Bible, Judas Maccabees and the sister with the 7 sons, they had real brotherhood. That's just that real sisterhood. She was more of a man than some purple homosexual.
Oh, good night. Forget
she knew that my sons are going to die, including me. But who gives a damn? Because at least I die with my honor. Moses said, well, damn, I didn't. That's why he looked. He was nervous and scared, but he still did it. Why? Because he didn't give a damn about anything but saving that one Israelite's life. Now, if we could all think like that, imagine where we would be right now. If blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians would stop being so selfish, imagine what we could have done by now, being in America for 400 years. Imagine what the tribe in Gad and Judah and Reuben being in America, North America. Imagine what we could have accomplished over the past 500-600 years being in North America. Imagine what Issachar and Gad and Reuben and Judah and Benjamin and Simeon and Manasseh, all of the 12 tribes, imagine what we could have accomplished being so close together. We all live right on top of each other, and we all hate each other's guts. You know why? Because in the church, in fake Israelite groups, when you wear purple robes with fringes, you don't learn how to love your people.
That's right.
You don't learn how to prefer the life of your people over the life of your own.
That's right.
You learn how to do what is best for you. You learn how to be selfish. You learn how to take, but never give. And the UPK, we switch all of that around. You learn how to defend the life of the fatherless. You learn how to protect the widows. And you learn how to be a father to men who didn't have fathers. To girls who didn't have fathers. You learn what it means to be an Israelite. You learn what it means to not be selfish. You learn what it means to be the thing that the Most High God have wanted us to be from day one. Selfless. That's what it takes to be men of God. That's right. That's what it takes to be no coward. That's what it takes to be one West. To be somebody that prefers the life of your people over the life of your own. No matter the status you have, how much money you make, the class you are in, what matters is you loving your own people over everything else.
That's right. Most High in Christ. I mean, and that's exactly what the scriptures say. You understand? I think we matter of fact, let me get John 15 and 12. John chapter 15 verse 12, Baba Kasha. Because that's exactly right. In the Isupk, you'll never hear any of us, any of the generals, any of the captains, any of the officers, even the troopers.
Right.
You'll never hear anybody say the hell with Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Martin, I can't, the video is so disgusting.
He
and
said,
I'm paraphrasing.
Trayvon Martin, who the hell cares about Trayvon Martin?
Who the hell cares about Trayvon Martin? He was, he said something after that. He was disobedient. Did he say he was disobedient?
Yeah, he should obey the white man.
He should obey the power of the white man for walking home and with a hoodie on.
He disobeyed the white man, so that's the reason he was killed. That's what he said.
That's what he said?
He disobeyed the power of the white man. You can't go against the power of the white man. That's what the cat said.
Good night.
That's what that coward said.
So that shows you how weak and effeminate and LGBTQ, those Negroes with the purple robes and the tassels at the end of their damn shirts. They didn't have. Matter of fact, Trayvon Martin was better than any brother in that organization, man.
Right.
Because you know why? He fought.
That's right.
He knew he didn't do any damn thing wrong.
That's right.
And he fought.
That's right.
They would have just sold you to what? You should have just obey him.
Just comply.
Just comply with some random oppressor that's not even he's not even a damn police officer.
Right.
And
no
if I
authority,
remember,
no law enforcement.
He's not even law enforcement in Salaki. I don't want. If I remember the story correctly, because it's been a while, they told the devil to stand down.
Con on the police.
Didn't they tell him to stand down?
They did.
So what the hell? What did Trayvon Martin do wrong?
Right.
He didn't do anything wrong.
That's
It's just
right.
you purple cowards.
That's right.
Is exactly what I just said, man. You got you. I'm trying to keep it clean. Y'all some
Right.
cowards, man.
That's right.
Y'all some straight up cowards, up and down, and you got the nerve to come and talk about this brother when he has family.
That's right.
When we have the whole nation to lift up, and you talking about you would a snitch. You a snitch.
That's right.
For what? Some $5,000 reward.
Right.
And Captain Kantazai said, I remember Captain Kantazai said, you would have snitched on Christ, nigga.
That's right.
Christ had a warrant. You would have told on Christ for them shekels, man.
That's right.
And you mean to tell me that these men are supposed to be priests and prophets of the Lord when they couldn't even stay in the truth?
Yeah, right.
They couldn't even stay in the truth, out of line.
That's right.
They had to go start their own Israelite group and talk about the hell with Trayvon Martin.
That's right.
So like, I thought Christians were worse, but I'm almost for certain now that these fake Israelites are worse than Christians.
Yeah, right.
Because these Negroes should know better, out of line. And I don't mean to rant on. You got that, Salakia. Because I don't want us to get flagged. I know they look, Salakia. I know the purple. I know y'all got ties to the FBI, the CIA. I know y'all's leader is the chief detective of NY. I know y'all got those connects. So I'm gonna keep it clean, man. I'm gonna keep it clean. They probably watching the video right now. They watch all our videos. You understand? And they snitch on us. It's like you said, Adawan. They're not selfless. They're selfish, man.
That's right.
They don't care about their nation. If it ain't purple, I don't know. I don't know what the hell they believe is. So like, you got that, Adawan?
John chapter 15, verse 3.
No, verse 12.
John chapter 15, verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another.
Snitch on one another.
Love one another.
Trayvon, the hell with Trayvon Martin?
Love one another.
Keep reading.
As I have loved you.
So the Most High, Christ said, man, that we have to love one another. Not talk about snitching on one another.
Right.
That's not going to help your nation by snitching on one another. Simply going out here and teaching our people to repent. Of course we wouldn't have to. If everybody repented, you understand, we wouldn't have situations like Trayvon Martin.
That's right.
That's what we should be teaching the people. Not the hell with Trayvon Martin. We should teach brothers and sisters the law. What kind of statement are you going out there wearing purple robes and purple T-shirts talking about the hell with a young man that doesn't know anything?
That's right.
You're no different from T.D. Jakes, man.
Yeah, right.
From Creflo Dollar. Though these fake Israelites, y'all are part of the problem.
Yeah, right.
Y'all not helping anything. He didn't know any better. And you know why he didn't know any better? Because of poor leadership like the purple people, man. Because of poor black leadership like T.D. Jakes, like Martin Luther King. Hell, they all together, out of one. So Christ said, what? Can you read that again?
This is my commandment, that ye love one another.
We gotta love one another, man. And saying the hell with a young man that got shot down by an oppressor because the oppressor hated him. So you know what that means, Adawan? That means they no different from the goddamn oppressor.
Right.
That no different. What was that devil's name? Zimmerman.
George Zimmerman.
Y'all no different from George Zimmerman.
That's right.
Because Christ told us to love one another.
That's right.
He told us to love one another. Like Commander General Yana, man.
That's right.
He loves this nation.
That's right.
He loves this nation, man. He suffered and endured through a lot to keep this truth alive, man.
That's right.
What the hell did your leader do?